It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gotzo, and welcome to P1's Broadcasting signature presentation of Round 6, Week 6 of Season 3 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split coming to you from the Tricky Triangle and POCONO Raceway. We are halfway through the season. Tonight is the second race of the Season 3 Triple Crown. Indy won the opening round at Michigan by 20.2 thousandths of a second over Josh Ward. That makes Indy the only driver that can sweep the Triple Crown this year, has possibility to do it. Remember, Robert Malechka won the Triple Crown last season. Robert has won 3 of the last 5 races held here at Pocono, including our last visit in Season 2 at this scan, when he defeated Adam Blocker by 74.1 thousandths of a second. Every one of the last 5 Pocono races was decided by about 0.3 of a second or less, and 4 of those 5 were decided by 7 thousandths of a second or less. So we expect another close one here tonight. Joining me in the booth, as always, Luis Gonzalez-Nunez and Justin Petschauer. Luis, we're going to start with you. We are getting into the points here. It's very, very tight, but we'll bring them up on the screen, and looks like we have ourselves a new points leader.
Yeah, actually, Indy yesterday race. Actually, I said play. It's not the right, the nice word. Actually, race yesterday. 4.1K race, the first one. Jason Brophy won the race. He finished on top 5. Actually, no, top 6. He finished on 6, and he make 194 points. Remember, everyone, he's the one. He have a 1 race less to the other one. So that's why he's the leader for so far. For now, Adam Blocker won the second race of the week. So that's why he's second now. But that's the thing. Brandon Trost, remember, also is one of the guy didn't race yet the equal week. So also is eligible for maybe be on the front with this 57K, 5.7K I rating. It's going to be a lot points for the championship, especially in this race. But Indy is the one to click one more dot and his crown jewel.
And I think tonight's strength of field is the highest strength of field we have ever had in the fixed oval series lineage. We will get into that. Justin, let's talk about the racetrack, Tricky Triangle. It's so much different from other speedways. It's built with IndyCar in mind. What can we expect here today? We've seen a lot of pack racing here in the past by the virtue of these cars race. The track temperature is not really up there. It's only 106 degrees, 78 degrees on the ambient. What do you think, about this racetrack? And then obviously the stacked lineup that we're looking at tonight. What do we expect?
Well, you're going to witness chaos here at Pocono Raceway. Turn 1 designed after the long-lost Trenton International Speedway, the kidney bean. Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Turn 2, aka the tunnel turn, and Turn 3, because Turn 4? Basically modeled after Milwaukee. Like you said, it's been a pack race here in previous seasons. I don't think there's going to be much of a pack race here, but you're going to see a ton of chaos in both good and bad ways. And close to a 6K I rating. That's almost unheard of. Never seen it. I've never seen it happen, even in my time for the past 16 years of being a member here on iRacing. But what do you say? Want to get into the starting grid?
And I want to thank all these participants for showing up tonight and making this strength of field possible. Getting into tonight's starting lineup from Pocono. Go right ahead, Justin.
On the pole, it is Robert Malechka. Second, it'll be Jason Brophy. Third, Adam Blocker. Fourth, Alex Russell. Fifth, Trost. Sixth, Mr. Hyperstar himself, Brendan Lichtenberg. Seventh, it is Gary McGill. Eighth, Marco Brazil. Ninth, Matt Hollaba. 10th, Caleb Brashear. 11th, Ty Quilla. 12th, Trey Shadid. 13th, Josh Ward. 14th, Ryan Campbell. And 15th, it'll be Kyle Clenworth. 16th, it is Elijah Gilson. Primetime John Stellard starts 17th, and rounding up the cars that put down a lap time, it is Indy Kirkenbauer. Not the best time I've seen him put down here so far. He will be 18th. 19th, it is Hamilton Akabuezi. No, correction. It is Seb Alexander 19th, and Hamilton Akabuezi will be 20th. That is your 20-car field here for 46 laps around Pocono. Short race.
Yeah, it seems like an odd number, 46 laps.
Yeah, I know. It is. Oh,
But with that being out of the way, pace car is off. What do you say? Let's get him going here in the Pocono Mountains here, Pocono Raceway. Here we go. And already a good start by Robert Maleska down the front straightaway here. The longest front straightaway for IndyCar as they head down towards turn number 1. Already a couple of cars that are side by side as they race off towards turn number 1.
Team Hype all in line at the top of the racetrack right now. They're going to race together all down the backstretch, but not so fast, my friend. Brandon Trost slides right on in the middle of Russell and Blocker there.
And already we got a bit of a swap there between Robert Maleska and Jason Brophy. See these guys starting to file in to try and see if they can find as much clean air going through the tunnel turn. Very narrow going through the tunnel turn. Whereas you come into turn 3 here, it is wide. You can run all over the racetrack. Use the high, middle, and even the low group as they come off of turn 3.
And let's get the tree up for you and give you an update of where everybody is sitting.
Oh, I see one car. Yeah, one car bounced off the wall. That was Gary Miguel. Bounced off the outside retaining wall in turn 1. That hurt his momentum just a little bit. That's going to allow for Ty Keeler to try and get the run going off down the long front straightaway into turn 2 in the tunnel turn. But it's not going to be enough as Gary Miguel will pull away just temporarily. Matt Hollabaugh now has the run on Ty Keeler as they go into 3.
Those are 2 Alliance members trying to get around Miguel. Miguel stays low. Rocket on the high side is Ty Quilla. And Jason Brophy sets the purple lap at 2:16.8, and we're just getting up to speed. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Top Split Tuesday here at the IndyCars. It is Malechka, Brophy, Blocker, Russell, and now Caleb Brashear has broken up the Great Wall of Power Slide this time, and he has moved ahead of Russell. And I got to wonder how sick of this place is Caleb Brashear is after the week he had at this place last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Gary Miguel, Ty Quilla is still getting a little bit too close there towards the outside retaining wall in turn 3, but it's working to his advantage now. It's setting up that run as he gets the run once again. He was going to try and make a pass going into turn 1 on Gary Miguel, but he thought better of it now. He goes down to the bottom of the speedway. Oh, Gary Miguel bounces off the wall again. That's going to open up the chance for Ty Keeler to get by him, and he will.
Last 5 races here. 3 have been Robert Malechka as the winner. Then we had Jacob Oster, and then Antonio Estrada won that thrilling race back in week 9 of season 4 of 2025. Won that race under caution, but it was a heck of a shootout there at the end. But right now, let's see if a Power Slide is going to Power Slide or Team Hype, whatever you want to call them, is still exerting their dominance as they've won really 4 of the last 5 races here in the Fixed and Oval Series.
Matt Hollabaugh struggling just a little bit there as he let Kyle Clutworth book it to the inside to get by him as they went into turn 1. Hollabaugh got a little bit too close to the outside retaining wall in turn 3. I'm starting to notice that's almost a trend now, where you want to try and get as close as you can to the wall just to keep that momentum up. But at the same time, it's also the air is sucking you into the wall there to the point that you basically you scrape the lettering off the sides of the Firestone tires, if you will.
At the line, it is now Brophy, Malechka, Blocker, Brashear, and Russell. And on the outside, here comes Robert Malechka. Looked like it was a bit of a planned pass to me. They make it work, not losing a lot of time. They go through turn 1. Adam Blocker right behind them. Then you have Caleb Brashear in the red, white, and blue Freebird car. Then we got Alexander Russell making a rare series start back in 5th. Brendan Trost in 6th. Brendan Lichtenberg. I said Brendan Lichtengard at a race last week.
I heard that.
And they said it was a funny mistake. So I guess if I compare you to Lundgaard, I guess that's confuse your name with Lundgaard. That's not a bad thing, considering where he's going to go drive for next year when that becomes official. Then there's MAB in 8th, Ty Quilla in 9th, and Guillermo Miguel has faded to 10th.
Yeah, what I'm noticing here between Jason Brophy and Robert Maleska talking about the top 2 here, they're tandem drafting is what they're doing. They're swap drafting. They'll let one take the lead for a little bit, then they'll swap. Basically, they're saving fuel but that's also allowing Adam Blocker to catch up, as well as Caleb Brashear. But it's not been good for Gary Miguel. Like I said, I think he's got just a bit of damage on the side of his car from almost constantly bouncing up against the wall, if you will, going through the corners. But that's allowing for Kyle Clunworth to pull away just a little bit. But Matt Hollabaugh now is under attack from Brian Campbell, while Brian Campbell is also under attack from the prodigy, Indy Kirkenbauer, as Brian Campbell tries to make a run to the inside. He was going to take better route, but now he goes down to the bottom of the speedway in turn 1, and he will slide on by in front of Matt Hollabaugh. But Matt Hollabaugh is going to get that run once again, going down the back straightaway. He takes better of it, and he will slot in behind him, going into the tunnel turn.
Here's a shootout between two of the pink cars, and it's Tues and Russell getting within less of a length of a width of a tire with each other. And Tues almost slides up and gives him the Brazilian clear. Now he clears himself.
I think I saw a middle finger go up there from Alex Russell towards Brandon Tues.
Alex isn't like that. He's Canadian. He's nice.
I agree. For sure, he maybe said, "Oh, sorry," even it wasn't his fault. In any case.
Well, he might have said something like, "Excuse you," or something like that. But yeah.
No, they say sorry. Say, "Oh, sorry, my bad."
No, he probably had a Shoresy moment.
Get back here a little bit further on back, and Russell has fallen into the grasp now of Brendan Lichtenberg and MAB and Ty Quilla all right here. This is a battle for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, good hard fight right here.
Gary Miguel was riding the wall all the way through 1.
Yeah, you don't want to do that consistently, because like I said, the more you do that, the more it's going to pull you up into the wall, and you're going to damage your car even more, and you do not want that, especially here at Pocono, where speed is key.
If you enjoy P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Series Tuesday night top split and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you're able to support us by subscribing and click the bell so you don't miss out on future broadcasts. And also, don't forget, we do this for free on behalf of the iRacing IndyCar community. We do accept donations. The link to our GoFundMe campaign is in the description. You can also send us super chats. The description or the link to their GoFundMe is also pinned in chat as well if you're on YouTube. It is Robert Malechka Blocker. Blocker sends it to the inside through Indianapolis and clears his teammate on the other side of the tunnel turn. And we got a battle brewing a little bit further back. MAB, Ty Quilla side by side going into 3.
Yeah, Ty Quilla there almost shipped it right into MAB. MAB, he's overdriving the car tremendously from what I'm seeing. Ty Quilla is just wondering, what are you doing, dude? Ty Quilla now has to slot it back in right behind MAB. Ty Quilla goes down towards the bottom of the speedway here. He wants to try and use just a little bit of the draft that's up in front of him from Brendan Lichtenberg. He's got the run now down the Long Pond straightaway, side by side with MAB going towards the tunnel turn. The question is he going to, yeah, he backed off. He thought better of it because he knows the driving style of Marco Brazil. And he's got the run now.
I think Lewis saw that one coming. I think Lewis saw that one coming. He's like, look out.
The way he just covered Ty Quilla, always is coming something back to you. If you're going to be that way, always something bad coming back for sure.
Is a 5.7 strength of field, by the way, for the day's race, one of the highest ever, and I believe the lowest strength of field, or the lowest driver I rating in this strength of field race is Elijah Gilson, who is pretty well accomplished on his own, but he has, I wrote it down, it's like a 4K, over a 4K I rating. So in order just to get to this race, you needed to have over 4K just to get into this race.
Yeah, Kyle Clunworth also bounced off the wall coming out of turn 1 there. I don't know if that's going to affect his if that's going to affect his handling there, affect his damage. What am I thinking there? But Ty Quilla now, he's watching the battle as here comes Marco Brazil to the inside of Brendan Lichtenberg going into turn 1. Lichtenberg runs that high line there. He's going to get that good momentum coming off of turn 1 there. And I thought Marco Brazil was going to lose it there coming off of turn 1. Good catch there on his part, but that's going to open up the chance for Ty Kilo to get the run. Ty Kilo goes to the high side in the tunnel turn as they come up turn 2 there, down the back straightaway. The secondary back straightaway, the short chute. Ty Kilo is going to try and see if he can get by. No, the dirty air got tossed on this front wing there. Now he goes back to the bottom of turn 3, coming off of turn 3. He's going to try and use that draft once again, but he's going to lose it because Marco Brazil is going to try and get by Brendan Lichtenberg as they go off into 1.
Does Ty decide to use that as a double kind of a draft, smacking 2 airs in the 2 holes of the air in front of you and then get a big run? No, he's going to tuck back in line. Lewis, I was talking about Gilson has a 4.6, a 46.91 is his I rating. And if you remember back in the days when you used to race in this series, that would have definitely put you at kind of the top of the order. Now it kind of puts you at the bottom of the order. And I guess there's nothing along that. It's just nothing wrong with that. It just shows you the growth of the participation in these cars and in this series.
Yeah, you used to put all the standings and in the community and the score, and you always mention 3.6, 3.5, even close to 4 point something. We never have a 4 point something. In that time, Marco Brazil have almost contact with Brandon Lindenberg. And just imagine it, to have a Kraus, Demerit, Alexis Newsom, Oster today, and a couple others to have a 6Ks. Man,
yeah, you'd be looking over at 6Ks. Marco Brazil kids.
Oh, I got the camera on Trost and Brashear. As we know that elbows will be out on that battle right there.
Oh yeah. And for a moment, I thought Marco Brazil was going to lose it coming off of turn 2 because Ty Kilo had a huge run and he almost ran into the back of him. Now, here comes Brian Campbell on the rear wing of Ty Kilo. They go down towards turn number 1, the bottom of the speedway. It's not going to be enough. I think Brian Campbell, I think he's trying to save fuel, but he wants to try and at least keep up with these 2 in front of him.
Those are 2 teammates, the last 2 cars in your picture right there. MAB on his own team, and then you have 2 of the Rogue Racing squad. You have the black and silver Ty Quilla with the green rims, and the Campbell's Soup Cam, if I could talk right, the Campbell's Soup Can there of Brian Campbell. And now we see Ty Quilla taking a peek to the inside of MAB. Down into 1, MAB's going to have a head full of steam on the high side. He might pull away on this one. Look at him struggle up there a little bit. Good run for Ty off the corner, back in the draft. Does not pull off that pass, but he'll be able to regen and take another shot at it here a little bit later. Meanwhile, up front, Blocker and Malechka still battling out. Brophy is faded to 3rd. He's just hanging out right now, watching the 2 swap in front of him. But right now, he's also kind of acting a little bit as a rear gunner before Brandon Trost gets to that duo up front. And if you get a battle between Blocker, Malechka, and Trost, well, that's pretty much a main event in a wrestling ring for you.
Marcos Apid.
MAB, he is coming in early. Gonna do an undercut here. Here we see him coming down to his stall. Slides on in, hits the marks, up on the pneumatic deck. Tires do not look bad. Tires do not look bad at all. He'll get a new set anyways. 3 sets of tires here in the fixed series, the Oval Series, excuse me. You start with 1, you have 2 in the pit, so he still has a pair back there, or a set back there. And he is out before the leaders get to him.
Trost is in pits also too.
Trost is doing what Trost likes to do, undercut. Earlier in the season, he said that he wasn't going to do that. He was racing for points. Well, now as he's kind of tumbled down in the points order, he is kind of adjusting priorities and strategies, and he's doing a little bit of an early stop here. We're about 3 laps away from the halfway point.
I see the Clendy race is getting struggled now. Now it's a 10 battle with Indy and Hamilton for the 10th position, but it's getting problems. Clendy said out of my best, POCONO for sure, and maybe just some yellow something. Now it's 3 wide with.
Here we go, 3 wide. A Cabo Easy down low. Clendy in the middle. Indy up top. Clendy, Indy, and Hamilton. It almost sounds like a a chorus line on Broadway almost.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Here we go into the third turn, and in the solid gold of Indy Kirchenbauer leading off the corner. And Clinty says, enough of that, I'm coming to pit road.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Stave.
Oh, man.
Woo.
He hit that line hard and fast. And that's what you have to do to make up some time. He's trying to do for a bit of an undercut as well. But meanwhile, up front, those that started up front stayed up front and have stayed out on the racetrack. We expect them to come to pit road about any time. Now that we're at the halfway point, they can make this under just one stop at that point.
I guarantee a number of these guys didn't expect an undercut to happen, but usually whenever the first one that pits, as the old saying goes, the rest of them follow.
And the speed now.
The Prodigy on pit road for his scheduled stop. Down the Long Pond Straight. Robert trying to get a little bit of a draft from Clindy. That's going to open up the inside, allow Blocker on by. Slides up in front of him, but he clears him. These two had contact last week. Their teammates. Try to avoid no contact.
Oh, Hollabaugh.
Oh, my God.
Hollabaugh pit
Oh,
Ward.
man.
Josh Ward on pit road. Also on pit road, that is Gilson on pit road. Only 20 cars in this race.
That was close to being disaster for Hollabaugh there, as he barely clipped the grass on the front stretch coming off of turn 3. Now, I will say this. I kind of wish that we did get like an open wheel iteration for Pocono, much like what we should get for
Indianapolis.
Michigan. Yeah, like what we get for, like what we should get for Fontana, Michigan, to where, because the pit entry for us is a lot further down than what it is for the Cup Series.
And there we see them. This is Blocker, Malechka, and Brophy. Tonight's race is the 19th official race at this current scan of Pocono, the 48th Pocono across both the legacy and current scans in the championship lineage. And previous to today, the highest strength of field for this race was a 55.29, so we beat that pretty handily as we see Brophy coming to pit road. Lichtenberg coming to pit road as well. Nope, Lichtenberg staying out. Sorry, Brophy on pit road.
Yeah, that was Russell behind him, as well as Brian Campbell. Brian Campbell almost rear-ended. He almost rear-ended Alex Russell as they go out onto pit road there. Almost another disaster.
I see that how it's really difficult. The lap down, try to keep it with the old tires. Like for example, Josh Ward make it a little bit difficult for Robert and Adam Blocker. Now it's 3 wide, so Malechka's calling for the pit now, but there's still Josh Ward in between these two guys, and then have a Gilson over there way more faster than these two guys because the new tires. So that's what it is difficult to driving around with all of this.
Here comes Robert, pit road. Yep.
Yeah.
And if Robert wins today, and again, if we don't want to jinx him or anything, he will break a tie between himself and Jonathan Goch, one of the all-time greats in the early days of the iRacing IndyCar Series, with 4 wins. Each one is tied with 4 wins across both the Legacy and New Pocono scans. So if Robert wins tonight, he breaks that tie and he becomes the all-time winningest driver in this championship lineage at Pocono.
Lichtenberg also a couple laps ago was on pit road there. And now here comes everybody else. Blockers signaling he's going in, as well as Caleb Brashear.
Oh, Caleb going wide just to prevent himself from getting into the back of Blocker. Not a bad move. Not a bad move at all.
No, not a bad move at all. A very smart move.
Also, if Robert wins today, he will tie Brandon Trost with his 14th win. Oh, sorry, Caleb Brashear misses his marks and he spins it.
Oh,
it looks like the brake bias was weird, and now he's searching. He's painfully doing an Austin Powers, trying to find the marks. He is now up on the marks. He came in with Blocker, but Blocker leaves alone. 2-man enter, 1-man leaves.
And that is the kind of mistake you cannot have here at Pocono.
And as I was getting ready to say, Trost has 15 Triple Crown racetrack wins. Those are wins at Indianapolis, Pocono, Michigan, and Auto Club. He has 15 wins at those racetracks. If Robert wins today, he will come within 1 win, of Trost. Robert has 14 total wins. Brandon has 15. So again, these win totals are getting tighter and tighter in the history of this championship lineage.
Talking about Trost, he is leading the group, basically, virtually the group. He's 1.9 ahead of Roman Maleska with the undercut.
And he has managed to work his way to the front, but he's going to have much older tires than the rest of the cars behind him. He has 10 laps already on this stint, while everyone else behind him is now pretty much coming up to speed. Let's see. Malechka on his outlap, I think. No, he is... I'm not sure how many... Well, we'll do this. We will go... Stint time. There we go. Malechka, 3 laps. Brophy, 5 laps. 31 for Akabuizi. We expect him to come anytime. And Trost with 11.
Yeah, Akabuizi is now on pit road, so... The next time Brandon Trost comes by, he will be the new leader here as everybody snakes down the Long Pond straightaway before they get to turn 2. Like you said, the tires are now starting to go away on Trost, while everybody else with fresh tires right behind him has now essentially caught up to Brandon Trost. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will play out.
Trost leads by now 4. Let's see what it knocks out as he passes Akabuizi here on pit road. What's his lead? A second, 1.2 seconds. He's almost extended the draft window, but unfortunately for him, Robert Malechka is just barely in that draft window by about 0.3 of a second. It can start to try to reel him in. There's still plenty of time left.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to reel him in, because I'm looking at the screen right now from the overhead shot. Robert's essentially there with the help of Jason Brophy as well as Alexander Russell. These 4 here have effectively caught up to him now, as Trost literally has no drafting help up in front of him. He's got a clear track for essentially a country mile.
We're riding with Robert Malechka. Ty Quill a fast lap that time by 2:19.2. Robert trying to reel in Trost, now 0.9 of a second. 14 to go, heading to Indianapolis right now. In turn 2, the tunnel turn.
Robert Malechka slowly reeling him in there as we see they are snaking down the short chute towards turn 3. Malechka still maintains that middle line there. Brandon Trost maintained the bottom now. Here they come, coming off of turn 3, down the front straightaway here. Robert Malechka is now literally right there. We can see it right here on the camera. He is right there with Brandon Trost. Malechka now maintains that middle group there while Brophy goes to the high side. Good run off of turn 1 there for Robert Malechka. He effectively now has Brandon Trost in the crosshairs of his targeting computer as they go down towards turn number 2.
Use the force, Robert. And here he goes. Robert, you turned your targeting computer off. What's the matter? Nothing. I'm taking the lead.
Full strong with this one.
And Robert Malechka runs him down and it takes over the lead. Now, is he going to allow Trost to work with him, or is he going to try to hold it up and allow Brophy to get in there, and he picks up a bit of a rear gunner here? But right now, I don't know if I would imagine an extra person would help out. But I don't know if these two will allow Brophy to get there. If Brophy gets there on his own, I would imagine he does get there on his own.
Yeah, he's got him in his sights now. Brophy, he's catching up to him.
Yeah, he is. He is. We'll ride with Brophy in the lime green car.
Brophy there goes to the high side of turns one. Robert Molliska just slams the door down right in front of Brandon Trost. Now they start snaking down the back straightaway here. And Caleb Brashear has called it quits. Caleb Brashear DNF'd.
I think Caleb will be fine if he doesn't see Pocono for a while. Too wide now, side by side going into turn 3.
Still clear now between Robert Molliska and Trost, but Trost still has that run, still has that momentum now as they go down this front straightaway here towards turn number 1. Brophy is now caught back up big time as now Trost is struggling, and he throws the dirty air right on the front wing of Jason Brophy now as they come off of turn 2. But don't...
Oh,
excuse me. Now. Yeah, that was a belt. That was a belt.
That's all the air you're consuming. It's got to go someplace.
Yeah. Somebody get me an oxygen tank. I need it. But Adam Blocker
there
now.
We go. Three wide.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Molechka was not giving any room whatsoever to Trost, and they bail him out. About made contact in turn 3. Now we go 3 wide again at the line.
3 wide once again as Robert Molechka now goes side by side with Brandon Trost going into 1. Robert Molechka will effectively take the lead once again now, but Brophy is just trying to figure out what he can do to get by Trost, but now Trost once again follows Robert Molechka down towards the bottom of the track here, down the long pot straightaway. Trost to the side, outside of Robert Molechka. Robert Molechka barely pushes him up just a little bit. So does Jason Brophy, but still, they're going to go 3 wide once again as they go into turn 3.
I tell you what, Molechka is giving Trost no room whatsoever. He was giving him the minimalist amount of room. They're racing hard up front. Now a 4-way battle. Here comes Blocker. Does he shoot the middle? He does!
What a send by Adam Blocker, as now Trost is almost got put in the wall there. Brophy now goes to the high side. He goes to the middle now. Molechka, Brophy, Adam Blocker, and Trost has blinked out. And here comes Jason Brophy right into the lead as now Robert Molechka almost gets put into the wall by Adam Blocker. Brandon Trost now staying right behind, watching all the chaos happen in front of him.
Adam Blocker missed
it. It is crazy the tires of the Brandon Trost 19 versus 20, versus 12, 11, 14 is Jason Brophy, and he's still in the battle with these guys. I know it's 3 versus 1 handicap.
Yeah, we kind of saw in the Formula Indy series they had a lot cooler track temperatures, but there wasn't a lot of tire deg in that series. And I remember some people that stayed out to pick up some track position under some cautions, and they were able to hold off drivers with new tires. So that seems to be carrying through today. It is Brophy, Molechka, Blocker, Trost, and Campbell. And just think of the number of championships right here in this group alone. Brophy, a former series champion. Molechka, 6-time series champion in the Oval Series. Blocker, an 18-time champion in the Open Series. Trost, 5-time champion in the Fixed and Oval Series. So the top 4 alone, they hold about 25, 30 championships.
Yeah, without counting the private, like ERL.
Yeah, the leagues and stuff.
All this stuff. It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But now Adam Blocker will take the lead away from Jason Brophy as I believe it's 5 to go, if I'm not mistaken.
Coming to 5 to go. 6 to go right now. 5 at the line.
Brandon Trost is just starting to calculate what he can do to get back up towards the top 3 there. Malechka now goes to the high side. Brandon Trost will go down to the bottom of the speedway as well. Adam Blocker now, once again, not really snaking down the backstretch like we've seen, but here comes Adam Blocker once again underneath Jason Brophy as they go into the tunnel turn.
Do we see this next group of drivers catch this group and join the battle? Russell, Kabuizi, Campbell. Do they get up there? And also, I can guarantee, I think all those drivers are informally working together with the exception of Campbell. He's probably going to be by himself against all those drivers, and Trost will be all by himself. But I believe Blocker, Brophy, Malechka, Kabuizi, Russell, they're all working together in comms. A very informal alliance right now, I think. I could be wrong.
Wouldn't surprise me if they are working together in comms. But don't look now. Here comes Hamilton Akabuizi. He's got the run on Brandon Trost. He will go to the inside of Brandon Trost as they go down towards the tunnel turn. Oh, he pushes him down just a little bit. Brandon Trost does on Hamilton Akabuizi. Akabuizi backs off just a little bit to try and get that run now. Going into turn 3, side by side as they go through turn 3. Hamilton Akabuizi sends it, and he will get the position away from Brandon Trost.
That allowed the top 3 to break away, though, as now the top 3, Blocker, Brophy, and Malechka, have a little bit of a gap back to Hamilton. Does Hamilton have enough time? 3 laps to go as they go through 1 to reel in that group and make it a 4-car battle. Meanwhile, right behind, Ty Quilla ripping the top side and going around Brian Campbell. And Ty Quilla, I ran the stat. I ran the Townsend Bell stat. And you know the Townsend Bell stat, the best worst finish. And of all the drivers that have appeared in every race so far this season, he has the best worst finish going into week 6. 12th place.
Never thought I'd hear the best worst stat by Townsend Bell be mentioned on the broadcast here. But
I got those numbers now. I could figure that stuff out.
Well, you'll say goes. There's a first time for everything, and that's one of them. But now, don't look now. Brandon Trost is now under fire from both Alexander Russell and Ty Quilla. Ty Quilla not happy with Brandon Trost.
There we see Russell holding the low line. Does he? There's contact between the two, and we have Trost is spinning out. There's our caution, and that's going to end the race. Adam Blocker is going to be your winner.
You know what? It is really shame because Hamilton came with a lot of momentum to catching them at least the top 3 on front, and he finished on 4, but 15th spot for him.
Let's go back and let's watch that between Russell. Let's try to get it from the blimp view, shall we? And kind of see what happens between these two. And I'll let you in chat make a determination on that. But there was definitely contact.
Race deal.
That one.
Man, if you go to far chase, you see Russell is going a little bit up, but also you see Brandon Trost going down. But if you go to Brandon, you see Russell going up. So I don't know. It's for me a race deal.
Here is Brandon on the high side. This is from his point of view. We just saw it from Russell's point of view. We'll see what happens. We'll let you at home make that determination. Well, there is no Triple Crown attempt this year, as Clindy is not going to be able to get the W here and extend the Triple Crown to Indianapolis. But Adam Blocker is going to get the win and to probably creep a little closer in the championship standings as the team hype comes across the line 3 wide. And your winner is Adam Blocker. Win number 3 of the season to back up Kansas and Las Vegas. Excuse me, that was season 2. I should take that back. That is his second win of the season to back up what he did last week at Nashville Superspeedway. Your winner is Adam Blocker.
It's a big victory because it's we mentioned, it's the highest I started the field with have so far for Oval and Fixer. it's a big win for him.
There you see Adam Blocker with the win, Robert Malechka in second, Jason Brophy in third. Then we got Hamilton, Alexander, and Ty Quilla. And then we have Ryan, Brendan, Indy, and Brandon rounding out the remainder of your top 10. MAB Clindy, not the race he was looking for. 12th, Josh Ward 13th, Hollenbaugh 14th, Gilson 15th. Miguel 16th, Seb Alexander 17th, Tracy at 18th, Primetime John Sneller at 19th, and Caleb Brashear, the only retirement, he comes home at 20th.
$317 points for that unblocked for the champion. Just that. So he may take the lead for the championship today by 100 points.
And that would make him also the leader in fixed and open. Is it not?
I'll leave it now.
I think that's the case.
Oh no, it's Caleb Brashear, the leader of the Open Series.
Okay.
But it's close, actually. He's second.
Yeah, I thought it was close. I thought it was
10
in the
points.
I thought it was in the neighborhood. Yeah. All right. We have replays queued up, and let's go ahead to the interview room and see if there's no one here yet. We'll see if they want to pop on in here and talk to us. But before I forget, Lewis, your driver of the race, I'm going to guess Hamilton?
Yeah, what a surprise. He stayed out for long. Really, he stayed out for long. More than the one that we thought. And he's at 19. He wasn't between 14 and something like that. And then, pop, he just finished on top 5. So it's going to be him, 15th spot, driver of the week.
I see all three of the teammates just popped in. So that is your Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the day, driver of the week. And let's bring in Jason Brophy. Here is Jason Brophy. Bit of a sprint race today. I'm not sure why they shortened it to 46, but we got 46 instead of the normal 50 that we're used to. I don't know if that made a difference, but talk about your race. It seemed like kind of the freshest tires. Whoever had the most fresh tires and the best air at the end was the way the things that wrapped out there.
Yeah, I was really struggling right at the very end in turn 1 with the swap. We were playing, team defense there. So unfortunate timing with the caution. I think I might have been able to do something as the third car. I was okay with going to third and seeing if they could swap to protect us against Hamilton's newer tires. But my tires weren't even that much more worn. It must be heat or something. But I was struggling, especially in turn 1 there. I almost caught the wall, and that was kind of, okay, they should get past me and make sure we defend this. Overall, it's a really controllable race. It's good racing. It is nice to see overcuts and tire strategy. Trost pulled the 2-point-something seconds on us and all that. It's kind of fun to see that, especially at Pocono. Not necessarily a place you get it in a green flag race. So,
right.
Racing's a lot better than it used to be. It's not a pack race, even though this is only 100-degree track temp, stuff like that. So
yeah.
I think we've seen pretty big improvements, especially with the super speedways, Indy and this. Takes a lot of skill and communication. Rob is, Rob's point man. Rob's out there just directing us everywhere. I just listen for Rob to tell me where to go. We'll be good.
So does he yell Omaha or anything when he calls an audible?
No, he doesn't have to. He can just tell us directly. No one's listening to communication. It's like, Jason, run middle. Oh, okay, I'll run middle. I'm doing what you say. I'm just gonna listen.
Omaha, Omaha, fire.
He puts himself third in line, and Yeah, he puts himself, put himself third in line, can kind of control the place, and then gets to the front when he needs to. And Adam did a really good job. They did a good job in that first run when I started struggling to. I popped the wall. Like, I did pop the wall. I got away with it, but I popped the wall in that first run. That's where I fell back to third, just because I was struggling with the turn one. I just plowing it. I tried to drop in behind, and I made a mistake, and it's easy to do now. Setup's a bit tight, but you can drift it too up top. Like, I had better tires at the end of the first run. Swapping tears your tires up. So it's an interesting change of pace, and I think we've seen that at Indy now, and it makes these super speedways a lot more interesting, because just swapping doesn't put you at a tire advantage. You have worse tires, and you go shorter on the fuel, so then you're gonna have worse tires later. So there's a bit more strategy to be played out in these. I want to give credit. Hamilton had the best drive of the day. I think going 20th to 4th in a green flag race. So he might have had a shot if it stayed green there, but yeah.
Yeah, Hamilton plus 15 spots. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone I want to say hi to? One of these days we're going to see you on the top step, but at least we're getting you back on the program.
I want to thank you guys for broadcasting this. It makes it a lot more fun. We have the biggest SOF we've ever had in a fixed race tonight. So
I think this is the biggest SOF for a fixed race, yes.
Yeah, glad we could take Team Hype Cars 1, 2, 3. Thank Tommy and Ty for giving us the opportunity to run under this. And hope for the Pro Series comes back and we can get back on these guys and put them back to work. But till then, we're enjoying running some of this stuff. And I want to thank Indy for showing out. This is a really strong field, and we went green for 45 laps. One retired NASCAR driver did the murdering. So we Indy community showed great. Right, Russell? I called you a retired NASCAR driver.
It's a step up to go to the Indy cars anyway. So it's good to have you in the lineup tonight. Congratulations on the P3. We will see you on that top step one of these days. I am positive of it. But we'll see you in Texas at a week if you're in the lineup there.
Thank you.
That is Jason Brophy. Well, I guess Robert Malechka, we kind of ran out of nicknames for him. I'm going to borrow one from the wrestling realm, Lewis. I think we'll call him what Cody Rhodes calls himself, QB1. If Robert's out there calling audibles and calling plays, he definitely sounds like a quarterback to me. But we'll bring in Robert Malechka. Here he is. And still dominating at this track, even though not on the top step. I think we got you down as 3 wins in the last 5 races here, and now you finished second in this one. And you even had Jason Brophy calling you the playmaker out there, just calling all the plays and kind of directing the traffic like air traffic control. Talk about your race, and then specifically, I got a follow-up question on the strength of field for you. But go ahead, talk about your race.
Yeah, we kind of figured that we would all qualify up front. It's just something we've had kind of figured out here the last, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. Just kind of fits all of our driving styles really well. So, we're not doing anything special with the tools, right? Just kind of leaving everything at default. So, but yeah, we just wanted to kind of control it. A few of my teammates did races yesterday, and we kind of learned that while being in the lead is nice, it's not kind on tires at all. So with the overspeed, especially into 1 and 3, you're really scrubbing the fronts, which in turn just really kind of hurts you. So we probably went a bit too long during the green flag run there, but with the fresher tires, we knew we could catch Tues and kind of not have to worry about him after a few laps. So and then after that, it's just all about kind of controlling it. Seeing like people like Hamilton kind of gain time, seeing where he's running, learning his tendencies, and just for me personally, just kind of relaying all that information that I was seeing to my teammates. That's kind of like last 15 laps. I was really just kind of calling everything for us to do, so we can easily guarantee our first 1, 2, 3. So not really. I was disappointed at the caution because I didn't really care about the win much. I'm not really running for points at all, just kind of here for fun. So, but yeah, nonetheless, pretty happy for 1, 2, 3 power sled, and thanks for everyone for showing up.
And that's my next question to everyone that showed up. Just to make this top split race, required a 4.6 I rating. That was the minimum. And that goes to a pretty accomplished driver on his own right. Elijah was number 20. And that's nothing against his abilities. It's just a lot about everyone improving so much in this community. You are the community rep to iRacing, kind of for the Indy Oval side of things. What's that mean to you as you kind of organize the group and you work with iRacing to give them schedules and stuff, that when you show up for race night, and I know streaming has a big part of it, but I also know that, you know, you have to put together a good schedule and make things entertaining for people to show up, and you've done that. What's that mean to you when you see a 5.7 strength of field, highest ever for Indy Oval Fixed Series, that we've ever had? How does it make you feel as kind of the person that's kind of honchoing this effort between us, the community, and iRacing?
Yeah, I mean, really, it kind of just shows what consistency can do, right? I mean, in order to have these SOFs, you have to have people show up, and people aren't going to show up if we're not racing at fun tracks. We're not racing at a wide variety of tracks as well, and keeping things fresh. So, I guess my quote unquote job per se as the community rep is just making sure I'm looking at participation, but also making sure keeping things fresh, whether it's new scans, old scans, giving love to the unpopular tracks, to where some people maybe just like want to take a break for that week and then come back to the more popular ones. And that kind of is what gives us those mega SOS, where you're going to have people that want to consistently race, and then you're going to have people that are only going to show up for the bigger tracks. So it's a testament to I guess the work that community as a whole has put in. Just everyone's getting better, and which then allows us to have these mega SWAFs and allows I guess the number get bigger, right? So obviously it's cool to see. Just a year and a half ago, we were lucky to get a very low 5K, and to be kind of clicking off the mid 5Ks now, and now we're chipping away at the higher 5Ks. So with the hopefully with keeping it consistent, and everyone kind of helping grow the community, and getting, I guess, newer people involved as well, while also helping the regulars. Hopefully in the next year or so we can get that magical 6K number.
That's the next mountain to climb right there. There's that 6K. That's the next milestone. You shouted out the community. Anyone else you want to shout out? Friends, family, sponsors, anyone before we let you go to continue the rest of your night?
Yeah, thanks to Text Over, Tommy Miller, for obviously sponsoring us, and my personal sponsor, P1 Docs. I can set up some open side and trying to make give quality baselines for the community. But other than that, thanks to Adam, Jason, and Alex for showing up. It's actually been a minute since we've kind of worked together for a race like this, probably since Indy, right? So knocking a bit of rust off for us. Just making sure we could still work well together. Had some close calls, but yeah, it's all part of the learning process, right? So always a pleasure racing with these guys, and working with them on a weekly basis, and hopefully we can keep winning these big SOFs.
We will see you on Sunday for the 5th running of the Votive Indy Derby. But until then, congrats, and we'll see you in a week next time here on this program. But we'll probably see you on Sunday at Kentucky.
Yeah, adios.
All right, that is Robert Malechka, QB1. Let's bring in Adam Blocker, and here is Adam Blocker. Congratulations on the win, Adam. How relieved were you to see the caution come out? Just say, I don't have to race anybody, and it ends three laps early for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice when that happens. It's not very often it happens, but it's always nice. I thought at that point, to be honest, like Rob and I kind of got just far enough ahead of Jason, and we kind of had gotten into a big enough of a slingshot where I felt like it was going to be one of us. Probably would have been Rob if it went green. Felt like he had done a little bit better job looking after his tires, but I think we were both in a little bit better spot than Jason on that. But yeah, I mean, it's always honestly, when I came out of the pits on the overcut there, like in P6, quite a ways back, I was kind of concerned. But then, I just lighter fuel, newer tires, I felt good, and passed, I think, Russell and Campbell there, like, first few laps out of the pits, and when I got to him, I made it 4 wide, and that's how we got to the top 3. We all just kind of locked it out and controlled it over Trost the rest of the time, like all just working together, me, Rob, and Jason. So.
Yeah, that 4 wide move, was it just that you had a head full of steam and maybe a little bit of hybrid, the burn there, and just like, I see an opening, let's just go ahead and go?
Yeah, I mean, we were all trying to coordinate a way to get obviously top 3, and I wasn't really anticipating it being a 4 wide move, but I just saw it. Like, they all went 3 wide through turn 3. They all didn't have great speed. I managed to get enough clean air, like staggering between them, and I just had the hybrid and everything. And I was asking Rob whether he wanted me to take bottom or like this inside middle, and we just kind of ended up doing that. And I tried to. I think we did a good job. Like, Rob kind of left Jason some air, and I drifted up mid corner to give Trost dirty air, and then we gave Jason the draft on the next straight, and so that kind of set, because once Rob and I are in front, we got to get Jason ahead of Trost, and then once that happened, it's like, okay, now we can kind of control this deal. Although we saw Hamilton coming on newer tires, he was definitely coming. So.
Well, now we're halfway through the season, and I know you did it back in 2023, but no one was watching. We didn't have any of it streamed, but it exists. The stat exists. You won in the same season, the Open and the Oval Series championship. You're kind of lining up to do that again this year. We're halfway through the season. I don't want to jinx anything or anything. How's it looking like a possibility for you to be 2 belts Adam and unify the championships this season? Are you feeling it now? Now halfway through the season, do you think it's within the grasp and realm of possibility?
On the Open side, I'm feeling good. Definitely feel like I have that one under control unless I do some dumb things. I'm gonna have to miss a couple races in both, but in fixed it'll be Phoenix and Homestead, which hopefully won't hurt me too bad. I was debating whether I would go for it, but I mean, after tonight's result being so big, I think that kind of have to now for the rest of the season. So
there we go.
Not every season it comes up where you get an opportunity to do it. So yeah, I think we'll be going for it, and yeah, should be fun.
All right. Well, you know how the deal works. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank y'all for covering the race, and I don't know if this was the record SOF or not, but it was.
I think it is. I'm going to go back and double check, but I'm feeling it enough to say it verbally on the show. So yeah,
it was like 5,700 or whatever. Yeah, so it's crazy. So yeah, thanks for everybody for coming out, and yeah, obviously big thanks to Jason, Rob, and Alex, all working as a team, and I think one of us was going to win with how we were working together, and it's just cool to be part of the team. So.
All right, Adam, congratulations, and we'll see you in a week when we get to Texas racetrack. We know you do well as well, so we'll see you then.
Yep, see you then.
Wow, Lewis, we love to talk wrestling, and it looks like that Adam's going to be our version of Chris Jericho, where he might possibly unify those titles and be instead of the WCW and the WWE champion, we're talking about being the Open and the Oval Series championship. It's looking like it's a real possibility halfway through the season. And you heard him say it's going to be really. It's a shame to waste this strength of field win and not try to go for it now.
Oh yeah, actually, the 300 points he did, it was a lot. And now it's a little the championship by 91 points over the Clendy.
Wow, what a swing! Wow.
It is. Also, in the second split, Adriano Frapporti won the race. Tyler Russell and Clay Kurkenbauer on third place. So that's a report on the 3.7K of the second split. But I think he needs to. I think we didn't see that. It's in the books, but not in our eyes. So he needs to do the double to be the double champion or unify the champion Indy and fix it and open. Actually, I'm gonna say fix it. It's over fix it actually. But yeah, that's gonna be for him. I think when you have the chance, you should be doing it, and he have the chance after all of these points he get today. It's gonna be a good thing from Texas, then the proper Phoenix, Homestead, Indianapolis for sure is gonna be over there, And then he can through on the Milwaukee, but for sure it's gonna show up. And then Chicagoland just it's gonna be a timing. So still have a 2 to go about the regular season, and then it's coming down Homestead with the drop week. So that's gonna be happen in there. Yeah, that's it. I think short race, 33 minutes race. It was very excited, but on the end, the contact between Tross make the top 10 on the end. So big week for us. We gonna have a simultaneous broadcasting for the elite, starting from Pocono this week again.
Another Pocono race, yes. We're going to be tired of Pocono, just like Caleb Brashear.
Yeah, you're right. I understood the point. But yeah, 2026 B season round 1 from Pocono Elite.
And that championship is wide open. Wide open.
Yeah, actually, that is true. And then we're going to go for Sunday, Pocono. Kentucky, actually. Kentucky for the body of Indy Oval Series. So it's going to be very busy for that. So see you Thursday, 7:45 from Pocono, and then Sunday at 8 p.m. for the body.
Just a bit of a shorter race, kind of caught us all off guard. I haven't asked Robert why we got scheduled a shorter race. We do know when we get cautions here, they are extremely long. They're about 2 minutes a lap. That might be they were anticipating to program in some caution time, and that's why maybe make it a shorter race. How'd you feel about 46, and what do you think about the racing out there today?
Yeah, the racing was kind of what I expected. Like yourself, I was also caught off guard with just a couple of laps removed in terms of the race length, but hey, the race went by quick. We had a good showing. It sucks that it turned into an anticlimactic finish because of what happened on track between Alex Russell and Brandon Trost, but as the old saying goes, that's just racing for you. What more can you do?
All right. Well, I want to thank both of you guys, and that's it for tonight. We'll get on out of here and give everyone back their Tuesday. And don't forget, Indy Next is going on right now at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Yeah, I laugh, but I believe the American IndyCar Series, the old AIS, ran there back in the 80s at some point. Tempero's old league. So that might be interesting. So go check it out. Once we are done here, you'll be redirected that. But Indy Next at the Nashville Fairgrounds. So Indy Next has not left in the virtual world, has not left Nashville yet. They're still there. That's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Pocono Raceway. Adam Blocker with the win. Robert Malechka second. Brophy in third as a team hype sweep of the podium. Join us again next week for round 7, week 7 of season 3 of 2026 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split as the series heads to Texas Motor Speedway. Clindy will arrive as the defending winner, but he's not going to arrive as the points leader. How is he going to feel about that? On our last visit to current Texas scan in 2025 season 4, Clindy defeated Seb Alexander by 19 thousandths of a second. Mark Murphy finished third. 78 thousandths of a second back in that one. That's how close it was. That race featured 13 lead changes and 2 cautions. The last 4 races at the current Texas scan have produced 4 different winners. Jesper Dahlgren, Josh Tucker, Robert Malechka, and Clindy. Can Clindy become the first repeat winner in that stretch and extend his and possibly get back in the championship lead? Or will we see a new Texas winner? We'll see. You have to tune in to find out. The IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split from Texas begins Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Immediately following us tonight, stay right here on P1 as we send you directly to the Indy Next Oval Series from the Nashville Fairgrounds. Next week, the Indy Next Oval Series follows the Texas race, and they will be at Southern National next week. So again, short track part of they're really hitting the short tracks at Indy Next. So on behalf of Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Justin Petshire, myself, everyone else at P1, all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, God bless, Godspeed, and come home safe. Catch us again next week from Texas. Stand by as we go to the fairgrounds at Nashville. Good night.